Is this the best aquatic fragrance I have ever tried? How is this compared to Sailing Days and Lazy Sunday Morning by Replica? And is this my all-time favorite fragrance at the moment? I will answer all of those questions right now. Hi, welcome or welcome back to Keeping Up with the Queen. I'm Lam. Today is all about When the Rain Stops. Brand new Eau de Toilette by Replica by Maison Margiela. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. After all these years of reviewing their product, we're going to break down all the notes from this fragrance, talk about my experience. I've been testing it since it came out. When the Rain Stops evokes the joyful feeling of seeing the sun return after the rain. The sky returns to a state of calm, raindrops become less frequent and gradually stops as the clouds slowly disappear and give way to shy rays of sun that illuminate the wet surrounding. Oh my god, and it goes on, but I'm not going to read that. If you are into it, go to the website. I have here is the smallest size, the 10mm travel spray, and it is $32 US. 100 ml bottle will be $144, and a 30 ml bottle is a $76. So I do think there's a little bit of a price increase. Inflation is real, by the way. Top notes, which is the initial spray right after you spray it onto your skin or your clothing, you will smell pink pepper, bergamot, and green notes. Pink pepper is a spicy note. It's pretty simple. It's in a lot of fragrances, designer fragrances. So it should be a familiar note. It has that warm, spicy note. It's not really a cinnamon kind of spicy. It's a nice, warming, cozy note. And bergamot is the burst of fresh, lemony. It's not really lemony, it's more like the zest of the citrus fruit. Very refreshing and delicious feeling in a way. And then we have green notes, which are like grassy and leafy kind of notes. The strongest one is probably the green notes, and the bergamot and the pink pepper, they're a little bit more understated. In the middle note, which is after like 5 to 10 minutes and the fragrance has time to adjust to your skin or your clothing, the top notes are kind of gone already. We will have rain notes, watery notes, which I think are kind of the same thing. I don't really see a difference. We have Turkish rose and jasmine. I have been wearing this fragrance all day. First of all, I think the rain notes and the watery notes are the same thing. I don't know. If you know the difference, let me know. To me, it's very aquatic, of course. It's very typical aquatic notes. The difference is going to be coming from the combination of different elements in this fragrance that makes it stand out amongst other aquatic fragrances out there. But the middle note, which is the heart of the fragrance, the experience, the main experience you're gonna get from it is an aquatic fragrance. It doesn't feel to me like ocean kind of water. It does feel like fresh water. It does feel like raining. I think it's because of the combination with the Turkish rose and the jasmine. Although the jasmine is very, very mild. You barely get it. I mostly get a combination of the rose and the watery notes. So that makes it a little bit more like you walk through a garden in the springtime, hence the flowers, after the rain, right after the rain. And the base notes, which are the notes that you'll be left with after you've been wearing it for like 2 or 3 hours, you will smell more of the base notes. They will be the notes that will keep the fragrance last longer, in combination of course, the aquatic touch. In the base notes here, we have moss, patchouli, and pine tree. Of course, pine tree is gonna smell very cozy, very Christmas-like. Moss is a kind of a wet note also because, moss keeps a lot of water in. I don't smell as much of the base notes here. The main base notes that I smell is patchouli. Patchouli is, again, a very common ingredient. Same with aquatic notes, same with Turkish rose and pink pepper and bergamot and green notes. They're all very common, but it's just this combination that makes it very interesting. I smell patchouli more than the moss and the pine tree. Patchouli is an earthy note, so it will keep this fragrance a little bit lower to the ground and not like in mid-air so much. At the beginning of spraying this fragrance, we will have all the top notes and middle notes, so it feel a little bit more in the middle of the air, like it's raining. But as you wear the fragrance, the patchouli will come out, with which will ground it to the ground. And make it more earthy and a little bit calmer. So you do have a little bit of a different feeling throughout the wear. The projection, I would say, is moderate to strong. The lasting power, pretty decent actually. I do get 5 to 6 hours solid from it. Afterwards, it's getting lighter, but I do still detect it because I don't have a lot of aquatic fragrances in my collection. This really stands out, and after all day of wear, I still smell it because it's so different from everything else that I have in my collection. It stands out more than usual when I wear fragrances. Is this the best aquatic fragrance I have ever tried? I have tried quite a bit. I have to say this is the best one I've tried so far because it has a lot of those elements that I do like in fragrances, like the pink pepper. You know, I like a warm fragrance, the green notes, and the Turkish rose and the jasmine. I do love those floral green combination. Those other elements combined with the aquatic touch of this fragrance makes it much more enjoyable for me. And the more I wear it, the more I like it. The first time I wore it, I didn't really notice as much of the other notes. So I thought, oh, it's a typical aquatic fragrance, because the aquatic element is pretty strong, which is understandable, which makes sense. The more I wear it, the more I scent something. Oh, a little bit of rose here. Oh, I do scent a little bit of bergamot today when I first sprayed, and I do see the development of the wear from the top note to the middle note to the base notes, and it's a very interesting fragrance. Now, how does it compare to Sailing Day? I do think that this is a better version of Sailing Day, at least in my opinion. I think it fits for both men and women and everyone out there who likes a refreshing spring fragrance to get ready for the spring, or you're just sick of the cold winter and you like something that makes you feel a little bit more spring-like. This is a perfect one to get if you like one aquatic fragrance in your collection, but typically you're not into them, just like me. You're more into floral or sweeter fragrance or like spicy fragrance. Give this a try. I think you will like it. It's not as similar to Lazy Sunday Morning though. Lazy Sunday Morning, the similar things are the green notes and the Turkish rose. Well, some kind of rose. But this one, because of the aquatic element, it takes it into a different direction. Does it replace Lazy Sunday Morning in my heart? No, it's not a replacement. It's not an alternative. If you didn't like Sailing Day, you might like this one more. I think it's a more interesting, more complex fragrance. And I just think overall it's a more rounded experience. I'm so glad I finally have an aquatic fragrance in my collection that I actually like. How about you? Are you curious about this? What do you think of it? Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, click that bell notification button so you will never miss out on my future uploads, and have a great day. I will see you in my next video. Until next time, please don't flop.